Tonight at 9, one teen suspect may face adult charges following a shooting that killed one man in Marion Monday. Why the Grant County Prosecutor's Office is petitioning for the waive.
And the autopsy details of one non-binary teen in Oklahoma whose story drew national attention. We have the latest.
Plus, one Missouri State college student is still missing. Tonight, we hear from his family.
Plus, your favorite video making app might be gone for good this time. See what country leaders are planning to do.
And I'm tracking warmer temperatures tonight, but severe weather for tomorrow.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and thanks for joining us at 9. I'm Sophie Schick.
And I'm Amelia Winter.
We begin tonight with disturbing new details out of Marion, Indiana. A 13-year-old boy, a child, is being accused of shooting and killing an Anderson man.
Police say this all happened Monday night at the corner of East Bradford and Pennsylvania Street in Marion. According to a press release from police, a 911 call came in just before 8. When officers arrived on the scene, they found a 24-year-old man with a gunshot wound. He was later pronounced dead at the hospital.
Our Alex Almanza has been tracking this story all day long. Alex, what can prosecutors tell us right now?
Well, to be frank, details of all this are still being guarded very heavily, and really that's because it's an ongoing investigation. But one of the key highlights of this case, the Grant County Prosecutor's Office is petitioning to have that teenager, the suspect, waived to adult court to face charges as an adult. What we also know is that the teen is also charged with robbery, which is a level 2 offense, and also a felony murder charge. It's a case that the Grant County prosecutor says is senseless. It's one of the most troubling cases that's landed on the Grant County prosecutor's desk.
This is a tragic case. We have two families whose lives have been profoundly impacted by senseless acts of violence.
Police say a teenager, a 13-year-old boy, is being accused of shooting and killing a 24-year-old man. That man is Byron Otis Dennis Jr. It was Monday, March 11th, just before 8 p.m., when Grant County Police received a 911 call of a person shot at this Circle K gas station at the corner of East Bradford and Pennsylvania Streets in Marion. When they arrived, they found Dennis lying on the ground with a gunshot wound to his chest. He was transported to Marion Health, where he was pronounced dead. But after reviewing surveillance video, officers identified a person of interest, eventually linking information to this house just a mile away on Highland Avenue in Marion. The teen was arrested and now faces a petition to have him waived to adult court to face charges as an adult. Marion Police Chief David Gilbert posting an emotional message on Facebook saying, in part, "The unspoken victim is our community. If you live or work in Marion, you're a victim of this type of selfish behavior and you should be angry about it. I am."
The family of this juvenile who's being charged, their life has been changed forever.
And I'm told by the Grant County prosecutor that the hearing on that petition will be in a few weeks. And that's around when the judge will also make a determination on whether or not to waive him to adult court. Now, just minutes ago, I talked with the victim's sister. Here's what she had to say.
You know, they always say they're going to say good things when you're gone, but like, he was good things. He did great things. He really was exactly who people know him to be. And he's exactly who I know him to be. So he deserves this recognition. He deserves for people to know the kind of person he was. Byron doesn't live a gun life. He doesn't live a street life. He doesn't live a life where gun violence is something that he would come across on a daily basis. So to know that he lost his life to this it's hard to understand.
Yeah, and truly heartbreaking. And again, it could be 2 or 3 weeks before we have an idea on what's going to happen with this case exactly. But of course, we're going to keep you updated both on air and online at ballstatedaily.com. There we'll also have a link to the GoFundMe that the Dennis family has set up to help with financial burdens. Of course, these are really disturbing details that we're going to follow both on air and online.
Well, thank you, Alex. In Oklahoma, the death of a non-binary teen has been ruled a suicide. Next Benedict died on February 8th, a day after a fight at Owasso High School. An autopsy report released today shows the 10th grader died by suicide. The Owasso Police Department issued a statement saying investigators saw signs of suicide from the beginning, but wanted to wait until that was confirmed by the Oklahoma Medical Examiner's Office. Nex's death drew national attention with multiple vigils taking place for the teen throughout the U.S.
The search continues for missing University of Missouri student Riley Strain. Strain was last seen Friday night after he was kicked out of country singer Luke Bryan's bar and restaurant. The family of Strain spoke out today, and they say they're not giving up.
Riley's been my best friend since we were little. He's actually supposed to be at my wedding next year, but I just want him to know I love him so much.
22-year-old Riley Strain has been missing since Friday. He was in Nashville, Tennessee for a fraternity conference. The University of Missouri student and Springfield native seems to have vanished after friends say he was kicked out of Luke Bryan's bar.
Knowing that we're trying our hardest and we're trying to do everything to find him, and I know my brother has been walking Nashville for days trying to talk to people, find out anything that they can.
Police released this surveillance video Tuesday. It shows one of the last times Strain has been seen. You can see him walking across a street here just before 10 o'clock Friday night. His cousin, Chelsea Strain, says her family isn't giving up.
Our family's just trying to be strong and hopeful as much as they can be in a situation like this. We know it's been multiple days and people are giving us ideas, but we're trying to be as hopeful and pray as much as possible.
The management company for Luke Bryan's bar released a statement Tuesday saying they will continue working closely with police to provide security camera footage and any other helpful information.
None of us ever thought we would ever be in this situation, especially since our parents have put in through day one, don't go anywhere alone, don't be by yourselves, make sure you call somebody or have your phone on you at all times. So right now, it's just, we're trying to be very optimistic. None of us will give up looking for him as long as it takes, and we just love him so much.
As mentioned, Nashville police released new video yesterday of missing University of Missouri student Strain. The investigation is ongoing.
Today, a Michigan jury began deliberations in the James Crumbly involuntary manslaughter trial. In November 2021, Crumbly's teenage son killed 4 fellow students and wounded 6 students and a teacher at Oxford High School in Michigan. In today's closing arguments, the state argued Crumbly was responsible for the shooting because he was, quote, grossly negligent. Prosecutors said Crumbly bought a Sig Sauer 9mm for his son and failed to properly secure it. The defense said the prosecution's case lacked necessary evidence and said Crumbly didn't know about his son's issues or plans. The day ended without a verdict, so the jury will resume deliberations tomorrow morning.
The U.S. House of Representatives passing key legislation today that, if signed into law, will force TikTok's parent company to sell to an American owner or be pulled from the U.S. market.
What does this mean if you, like millions of others, are a TikTok fanatic? Karen Kaifa joins us from Washington to break it all down.
The clock may soon be running out on TikTok. In a rare show of bipartisanship, the U.S. House of Representatives passing a bill Tuesday that would prohibit TikTok from U.S. app stores unless the platform is divested from its China-linked parent company ByteDance within the next 5 months.
This is not a bill to ban TikTok. They just need to sell TikTok to an American owner.
Legislators and intelligence officials warn the app leaves American users vulnerable to the Chinese government.
We know that TikTok has been manipulating information. We know that they have access to Americans' private data, and we know that if asked by the Chinese Communist Party to turn that over, they are by law required to do so.
China calling the move, quote, an act of bullying, while some members of Congress worry about generational impact.
I don't think it'll be helpful with young voters. Taking a step back, I just think it's bad policy.
Many of the roughly 170 million American users, too, have raised concerns.
If you vote for this ban, you are voting against my First Amendment and my way of freedom of speech. You are voting against my small business.
But proponents argue the bill does not infringe upon user speech.
It cannot be used to censor speech. It takes no position at all on the content of speech, only foreign adversary control.
In a statement, TikTok said it will now focus on the Senate, where the fate of the legislation is unclear. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
And turning it over to our weather, Hunter, what do you have for us?
Yeah, it's been a great day if you've taken a step out. Currently in Muncie, it is 63 degrees and a little bit cooler in Chicago at 51 right here. But we usually have a high around 50 here, but we only reached about 72 degrees, not quite breaking that record set back in 2007 of 80 degrees here. But I am tracking some marginal risk of severe weather tomorrow, which could impact us throughout the entire day and potentially the evening here. So we'll keep you posted on that. Like I said, we got storms tomorrow, bright and breezy conditions the next day, and weekend wind chills coming up in my full forecast.
Coming up, learn more about the mission behind one new organization on campus as well.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Man, it's lonely. Like, going through life lonely.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music, just expressing how you feel. I'm going to talk to Howie about his feelings, make it into a song.
Tonight, there were talks of plans for a new organization and its underrepresentation in the CCIM community. Our Elena Gaither has more.
Founders of the new Asian American Pacific Islander organization on campus has some words for its potential new members tonight. They believe the CCIM community can use more AAPI representations, so a call out was held to make more personal connections with more CCIM AAPI students. One founder, Younga Lee, says she values human connections and not racial division, so she is proud of the meeting.
I just realized for some of AAPI students, being in CCIM really put some challenges for them because you're AAPI, why are you not in engineering? But being here and advocating for our students in CCIM really empowered me as well.
Some students expressed the hardships of dealing with AAPI academic stereotypes such as mathematics or STEM. Instead, these students and faculty choose to embrace their choice of journalism, and even founder Hyung-Suk Jung notices the impact BSU has had on him.
Here in Ball State, all the faculty, they really treat me fair, me and American student, and also they be patient. Even I say my grammar doesn't make sense, but they still be patient and listen, and they help me.
AAPI is open to connecting with more students and faculty. They're devoted to make more students feel less alone. In Muncie, Alana Gaither, NewsLink, Indiana.
For more information, contact one of the founders at hongsuk.john@bsu.edu.
Up next, we're going to look at the solar eclipse, so stay with us.
As a dad, every day is a challenge.
To make sure that the time that I have, I spend with them. It doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to try and to teach them.
When they learn something new, and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
I can't believe I'm missing this. Okay, Grandma.
I see you. Don't get stuck at home with the flu. A flu shot is the best way to prevent the flu and its potentially serious complications. It keeps you, your community, and loved ones protected. Don't get flu FOMO. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Can't believe you're doing this alone. I've done it before. I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up? Hand me that board. Nothing wrong with getting help. I'm good. I did it when Felicia left. I'll figure it out. I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying. If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence? Now you need my help. It can be a real pain sometimes, you know what? Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Are you planning on watching the solar eclipse? Well, if you are, we want you to be prepared. Our own Mira Bloomer reports on solar safety with Ball State's own solar filter workshop.
Did you know viewing the solar eclipse can be very damaging to your eyes without the right protection? The Solar Filter Workshop was a public event and offered the opportunity to learn and experience specially designed solar filters firsthand. Held at the Brown Planetarium, guests registered for a chance to participate. Planetarium assistant Caleb Whitcomb explains the preparation for the eclipse.
So a lot of it's kind of like, say what we want to do, what events we want to plan, and then getting everything set up, get the people, the manpower, getting the materials needed, and making sure the public is aware of it. So
attendees learned how to safely make and use solar filters for telescopes, binoculars, or even cameras. But how do you go about creating these filters? Whitcomb dives deeper into the material.
You got to make sure that the material is approved by I think the ISO to make sure that it's usable as a solar filter. So you need that material which actually blocks out most of the sun's light.
The ISO is the international safety standard that determines the criteria for safe viewing. The workshop offered valuable insights in what to observe when using solar filter devices with guidance from the planetarium staff. Planetarium show specialist Nicolette Terrasciano shares the importance of the workshop.
This is a learning opportunity for those who just wanted to be interested in learning more about solar filters, what they are, and why you need them to observe the sun. And we also saw it as an opportunity for guests to make their own.
If you are planning on watching the solar eclipse, remember to prioritize safety and join to explore the insights of our solar system. In Muncie, Mira Bloomer, NewsLink, Indiana.
The eclipse is on April 8th, and Ball State is planning even more fun events. For more information, go to the Ball State website.
And hopefully the weather today will be like the weather a month. Hopefully the weather a month away will be like the weather today.
Absolutely. Now, Hunter, take it away.
Yeah, I'm really hoping to have some clear skies to be able to see the eclipse. But currently our temperatures here, looking at 63 degrees in Muncie, a little cooler in Fort Wayne of 59 degrees. Been a really nice, pleasant day. But as I zoom into hometown temperatures, most of the area is around 62, 63 degrees. So again, really enjoying those above average temperatures for this time of season. Usually we are at 50, but we had a high of 72 degrees today. So feeling more like summer for this time of the year. At that regional radar here, you can see not much happening in our viewing area, but you can see around St. Louis and the Indiana and Illinois border, there are some pop-up showers that are happening, but we'll push through later on tonight and our big picture tomorrow here. You can see there are some cloud development that will start to increase tonight as the system is pushing through here. For tonight, we'll have a low of 53 degrees, wind south 4 to 10 miles per hour here, with those showers again increasing later on past midnight. For tomorrow, majority of Indiana is under a marginal risk of severe weather and a slight chance along the Indiana and Illinois border here, in which the precision cast here, you see that cloud development beginning to increase as daybreak happens. We'll have some showers, but our main picture here is that this will become a line of system around 2 p.m. Those pink and reds are indicating those heavier bursts, which could have some small hail and damaging winds within those cells here. So again, something to keep posted on as we'll have another round around 9 p.m., which could maybe have a spin up or two of a tornado. So again, come back to us online, or if we have to go live on that information here. We will then have some showers developing Friday into St. Patty's Day, bringing some cooler temperatures as well. So like I mentioned, gusty winds with a high around 68 tomorrow here, in which, again, those winds is a big picture. Since we have those warmer temperatures, make sure to hunker down those patio furniture, because that will definitely go away with gusts up to 30 to even 35 with the system exiting the state Thursday into Friday here. The next 7 to 10 days looking like a roller coaster of temperatures here, with storm conditions Thursday, bringing those windier conditions Saturday, being with the lows in the 38 here. For your St. Patrick's on Sunday, though, we'll have a high of 46 degrees with potential of some snow showers Sunday into Monday in the 30s.
Absolutely. Now, I'm a little sad about the bad weather recently, but at least it'll be a little sunny for St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, very, very hoping for that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Hunter.
Thank you.
Now, we take it to Jace for a look at our weather.
It's the best time of year for basketball, and one Ball State program heads into the postseason. I got it for you next in sports.
It's something about having that piece of paper. Some people think that's worth more than my skills.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
You just gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Analytics and empathy. That's how I've gained clients.
I am more.
I'm more
than who I am on paper.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
¿Qué color? Perfecto, mijo.
Gracias. Thank you.
What's wrong, mijo?
Donating to a pet's medical care is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
At night, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal Weather, bringing you up to speed on the day's top stories.
And giving you up-to-the-minute conditions from the Ball State Weather Center.
And of course, lots of fun.
I gave mine personality. Look, it's got eyebrows. Ooh.
My lucky glove didn't even work.
But I also am excited for those fall temperatures.
Start your Friday mornings with Cardinal Weather, live on the Cardinal Weather Facebook page.
To NewsLink Indiana, I'm Jace Miller with sports. The MAC tournament is underway for women's basketball as they finish up their first round against Ohio. The Cardinals got out early and did not look back as junior Alex Richard led the way with 22 points on a perfect 9-for-9 shooting and a 77-53 win. Guard Allie Becky proves her first team All-MAC status with 21 points as well as 1 block and 2 steals on the defensive end. The Cardinals will play the winner of Kent State versus Northern Illinois on Saturday. To stay on the hardwood, Ball State men's basketball guard Bashir Jihad is named to the All-MAC second team. The junior led the Cardinals this season with 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 1.1 blocks per game. Jihad also leads the Mid-American Conference in free throw attempts with 223, making 167 of them. The Cardinals and their front runner head into the offseason with high hopes for next season. To dive over to the pool, Ball State sends 16 members of swim and dive to the CSCAA National Invitational Championships on Thursday. 11 men and 6 women will be sent to Ocala, Florida for their 3-day meet to start with the 200 freestyle relay at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Long course time trials will be open to the athletes on Sunday. Live video will be available for Thursday and Friday on the Dive Meets website. To pass it back over to the court, high school basketball this time, Delta looks to do what they haven't done in 22 years. NewsLink Indiana Jackson White heads over to Delta High for more.
Delta basketball has a chance to do something special this season. The Eagles have advanced to semi-state for the second year in a row and look to rewrite history as they go to state for the first time since 2002.
We stayed committed to each other, and when things got tough or we faced adversity, especially in that regional game, we just stayed together and came together at the end instead of falling apart and crumbling.
Following a close 39-37 victory over Fort Wayne Concordia, Johnny Mayer looks past their struggles and looks to keep getting the job done.
Yeah, you know, last year we went there and we came up one game short, and I think all off-season we've been thinking about that.
This season, Delta is 22-6 and on a 9-game winning streak entering semi-state. Led by seniors Damari Hood, Johnny Mayer, and Jackson Wars, they light up the stat sheet on offense, and their defense has been locked down.
Defensively, we've been really good. You know, I think we're one of the top 10 or 15 in the state in terms of our defensive average, and you know, we've held guys in the 20s and 30s really for about the last month.
This squad knows they are playing for more than just themselves.
I think it'd mean a lot. There's a lot of buzz around school right now, just around the community. Obviously, everybody wants us to get there, and we have aspirations to get there, so it'd mean a lot.
This Delta team will have a banner in mind as they take on Fairfield this Saturday in Logansport at noon for semi-state. In Muncie, Jackson White, NewsLink, Indiana.
It's that time of year again, March, basketball, it's madness. That's why they call it March Madness. Are you guys going to fill out any brackets this year?
I mean, I filled out one in 8th grade, and I think I got every single team wrong, so I might leave it to the professionals.
You know, I think this year, looking at Purdue's stats, I'm going to bet they're going to win, so I will be filling one out.
I say that's a good choice. Can't be wrong there. Zach Eady, he's a good guy.
Yes, definitely.
Well, thank you so much, Jace. Coming up, we have your entertainment headlines.
Plus, one final look at the forecast with Hunter.
Attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are on the rise.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer. In terms of the hate crimes, I think there is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Da 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 da! Barbie is headed down the aisle. Mattel has teamed up with bridal industry Azazi to create a collection of Barbie-inspired wedding gowns, bridesmaid, and flower girl dresses. Each design draws inspiration from a vintage Barbie look from over the decades, featuring bows, ruffles, and plenty of pink. Brides can choose from mermaid, column, and A-line silhouettes with a variety of necklines. The Flower Girl collection features looks including a satin and tulle A-line dresses with colorful floral embellishments. Meanwhile, the bridesmaids' dresses play up the bold Barbie hot pink shade in chiffon and stretch satin.
Well, let's get into this weather here. Again, we have severe weather threat tomorrow, which we have to stay aware about. with having mostly hail and damaging winds as a factor. But heading into St. Patrick's weekend, we'll experience some windy conditions here, gusts up to 30 miles per hour with some snow chance on Monday here. And we'll gradually start to increase into the 50s into next week.
Okay, well, we know that spring brings the bees and bees bring the honey. So
thank you so much, honey.
And that's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night and stay safe.